I would like to talk a little bit about your command usage, your KW command usage. Mm-hmm. You're all in on KW command. You did 32 million last year using KW command and approximately 80 units using KW command. I don't know where I would start with this question. Like, I guess let's talk operationally first. Like, what's your strategy? Like, you're using opportunities, obviously, which is your pipeline, and you have tasks probably out the, you know what, because that's the type of person that you are, which is great. So I don't know, explain a little bit to us about what your command usage looks like.
I'll go first because most of it is going to be Carissa. So I'm actually in there. I'm actually in there very little, but
you're like, let me get this out of the way first for like for like 30 seconds.
There's a piece in there that's very, very important to people who are out selling. But I will tell you, your operations team should be the one spending most of their day in there. And the tool that is a game changer for me is the opportunity pipeline.
Yay.
I use that thing like crazy. If somebody even makes a comment about buying or selling, they go into that opportunity pipeline in one of the stages. And if I ever have a moment where I can sit down on my computer, I'm going right to that pipeline to see who I can contact that hasn't been contacted in a while. And so the opportunity pipeline has been huge for me. Aside from that, I don't spend a whole lot of time in there. I'll put some reminders in there maybe in tasks just so I don't forget. We do some lead generation on like through campaigns and stuff on Facebook and Instagram. And we send out some mailers from time to time that have been really successful. But other than that, I don't spend a whole lot of time in there anymore. Carissa is the one who's using the checklist and stuff. So Carissa, you can speak.
So I've taught a lot of classes within our market center and just have had masterminds with other operational teams of some mega agent teams locally. And I think, the biggest issue with a mega team in command is they're thinking too hard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Anytime I sit with someone, they're just like, they're thinking way too hard about it. I'm like, forget every limiting belief that's in your head or what your perception is of command. And let me just show you this simple thing. I love command and all it has to offer. We have been using command since basically the day you could only enter a name and an email. And an address. And then we got to birthdays and I was like, wow, this is great. And then we got to like sync it to our social media platforms. And so we have been with command since the very infancy stages. And so to see it develop and grow has been amazing.
Yeah.
And to see what it's done for our business. I love smart plans personally. Within our opportunities, I have a checklist of things that need to be accomplished from a transactional standpoint or a pre-list standpoint. And I had mentioned earlier in the podcast that we have a buyer and a seller landing pages with embedded videos that explain every step of the process. What can you expect during your inspection? What's an appraisal? How to prep for your move? How to prep for closing day? A realtor's advice on your move? Like all sorts of videos that Trent and I have created. These are unedited videos. This is literally Trent and I sitting in front of a ring light in our living room. It's authentic. It's just him and I. And I feel like people like that. So it's not going to cost you a ton of money to do this. But within opportunities, right now I'm working on creating a smart plan for every step of the process. So right now we have a post-close smart plan that I tag the contact with post-close after they close. And then it follows a smart plan after the client closes.
What's some of the steps in that smart plan?
It sends an email first.
Yeah. So I think like the day after closing, it'll send them an email that just says, thank you so much. There's 18,000 agents in our area and you chose us. We appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know if you need anything in the next few days. Then it sends another one like a week later.
And it asks for a review.
Yep. So it's at like a week later. I purposely made it not ask the first time. So the second message that goes out is about a week after closing. I think it is 7 days. And it asks it says one small favor. How's everything going? Did you guys get moved in and settled? If you could do me a favor, here's a link to Google. Here's a link to Facebook, and both go right to where you have to review. So they don't have to click again. And then it just says, thank you again. And then like 2 weeks later, that same sort of email, it's not identical. It just says, hey, by this time you might have found a leak or maybe you need something in the wall patch because you hit it when you were moving. Let us know if you need a contact. We can send somebody over. And if you haven't left us a review yet, please do so. Our business depends on it. And it asks again. And that's pretty much the post-close process.
Yeah.